Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK. Welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode. Man, it's been 3 days in a row. I think I posted an Inside the Lines episode. There's been a lot of news going on here in the world of NASCAR, and today we have a huge update regarding the potential of NASCAR return to the track, but not only that, of where and when they will be racing at those tracks, and also it's going to be including some of the lower divisions like the Xfinity, trucks, and even the ARCA racing series. But you don't have to wait for that. That's going to be near the end of the video. First, we're going to go over just some little quick updates. Yesterday, Talladega iRacing ratings were released from Adam Stern, and a huge jump. 1.2 million viewers tuned into the Geico 70 from the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. And I'm not surprised. I mean, number one is Talladega, and I think maybe also the influence of Jeff Gordon driving as a whole sort of contributed to that factor. But overall, I think a lot of people that tuned in at first of the broadcast stayed in for the entirety of the race, because that was a very fun event, very fun broadcast. So it was a nice little time to like a nice little break, from our hectic day, specifically what's going on around the world. Just have an hour or two, just relax, have some fun with the broadcast. It was surely a joy to tune in. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people had fun watching that race. I'm probably going to drop just a little bit for Dover this weekend. The racing is supposed to be at, because it's not Talladega, Dover. It's not that exciting of a track, so expect the ratings to dip just a little bit. But it's still the second most watched iRacing event in history, or esports event in history. Right behind first place is Texas with 1.34 million. And also, quick update regarding Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman. So we talked about in yesterday's episode on Matt Kenseth coming back to NASCAR, replacing Kyle Larson in the 42 car for the 2020 season, and also Ryan Newman returning to the track. Now, usually with NASCAR rules, the rule they made a few years ago that you have to compete in every single race in order to be eligible for the championship. Well, they also give out playoff waivers for certain incidents. Like, for example, 2015 Kyle Busch, when he broke his leg and his foot, they gave him a waiver. I think there was another there are multiple examples of it that I can't think of at the moment. But NASCAR has confirmed that they have given Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman waivers to compete for the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series Championship. This is really big news, but I'm also very interested in to see how would these two drivers fare out for the 2020 season. With Matt Kenseth specifically, because he hasn't competed in the Cup Series since 2018. He has not run this new era. If you can sort of count the All-Star race, but that was with the restrictor plate and much higher with the sort of like the bunny ears spoilers. He's not competed in the 2020 car or with the 2019/2020 package. He's never run that. Very interesting to see how he will do being behind. Now, granted, he's not as behind as he would if this was another example, like for example with Tony Stewart. Like, I'm just throwing an example. Let's say if a driver were out of the car for a long period of time while everyone else is racing, they'd have a lot of catching up to do. The case with Matt Kenseth is the fact that yes, he's not driven in this car, but also not others. Not other drivers have driven in a race car since the Phoenix. I want to say back in early March. So a lot of those drivers have some time off. Matt Kenseth has had a lot of time off. It's not leveled out, but it's a lot easier, if I guess you could say. Ryan Newman, Ryan Newman, I think he's going to adjust to it pretty easily. I mean, he's had experience with the 2019 package. It's completely the same thing this year from last year. So he's going to have fine adjusting back into form. I think it's going to take some time, though, for him to, start getting back into form. Because you have to understand, he did a test at Darlington, but that's a couple laps, and that's with no other cars. It's going to be a lot different between a test session when it's just yourself compared to being in a race with 39 other cars. So I hope they do well. Obviously, it'll be very funny if Matt Kenseth was able to be in championship contention, like being in the championship for, because I highly believe Matt Kenseth and the car that he's in with Chip Ganassi, which has shown it can contend for a championship. It'll be really cool to see Matt Kenseth go out there and in his Swanson season, hopefully get the final ride that he deserves. It seems like when he was forced into retirement back in 2017, it was really more about junior retiring, and it's like, oh yeah, Kenseth, yeah, you're there too. So he never really got the proper going out signal or going out season that other drivers have, like Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., and now Jimmy Johnson. So yeah, hopefully Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman have great seasons. And yeah, I'm very excited for the NASCAR season to come back into form because of our next story. So this was a really just updated now, posted about an hour ago to this recording at 11:22 a.m. from Matt Weaver. NASCAR will officially make today the return of racing in the month of May for not only the Cup Series but for also Xfinity trucks and ARCA. So let's take a look here. From Monday, or Sunday I should say, May 17th, Cup Series will be at Darlington. Then on Tuesday, 2 days later, the Xfinity Series will then race at Darlington. Saturday, May 23rd, the ARCA Racing Series will compete at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then May 24th, the Cup Series will compete at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Monday, May 25th, will be Xfinity. Then Tuesday, May 26th will be Cup. And then Wednesday, May 27th will be Cup for Charlotte Motor Speedway. I think Tuesday, May 26th for trucks. May 27th for Cup. I think I got that a bit switched up. I also forgot to say that Wednesday, May 20th, NASCAR Cup Series will also compete at Darlington, so I forgot to say that in there. That's not all. They also included events past May. So for June, they have announced 3 or 4 races at other racetracks. So after the Charlotte 310, which will be on Wednesday, May 27th, NASCAR will then go to Martinsville, Virginia, on May 31st on a Sunday. Then on Wednesday, June 3rd at Bristol, Sunday, June 7th at Atlanta, and then Sunday, June 14th at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Again, for those events, that's only just for the Cup Series, nothing yet for the Xfinity trucks or for the ARCA division. Now, there was a statement attached to an email that was sent to teams officials regarding the release of the, at least for the first 6 or so races of the 2020 NASCAR season. We are all very eager to see cars and trucks back on the track, but we also must recognize the substantial responsibility that comes with returning to competition. NASCAR will return to an environment that will ensure the safety of our competitors and those in the local community. Following a thorough collaboration with the public officials, medical experts, and state and federal officials, NASCAR has implemented a comprehensive plan to ensure the health and safety of our competitors and the surrounding communities. While we will only be announcing the return of NASCAR through the end of May, it continues to be our intention to reschedule all points races for all National Series events. We hope to announce details on future events very soon. So again, past May, June, those races with Atlanta, Martinsville, Bristol, Homestead, those races are like, they're not confirmed, but more than likely. So just keep like a little asterisk next to those races. But we do know for the month of May, we're going to get at least 2 Cup races at Darlington, and then another 2 Cup races at Charlotte. Xfinity trucks will also race at Xfinity will race at Darlington and Charlotte 2 days. No, 1 day, and trucks will then race at Charlotte with the ARCA series. So, that's a lot to take in. Okay, so final thoughts on this. Personally, I'm very happy that NASCAR is coming back, but I'm hoping that they're not returning too soon. You know, like they're just jumping on the just because like there's a glimmer of hope. Let's jump on it, get back into action, and then let's say a week into it, already another outburst breaks out, and then everyone's infected. You do not want that. So I do trust NASCAR and think they're going to do everything they can to make sure that the competitors, the officials, and the essential people that are going to be going to the track are safe and are virus-free or infected-free, or however you want to call it. So, yeah, very interested to see what is going to happen next for NASCAR. Very, very interested in seeing how this is all going to take place. I mean, it's going to be very weird seeing cars on the racetrack with no fans, but at the same time, you have to get the ball rolling. Teams need money. We saw with the smaller teams, BM Motorsports, they had to release all of its employees. We saw another team in the Xfinity Series a while back. It was H2 Motorsports. They had to shut down for the virus. I mean, these small teams need to get paid. They're like living paycheck by paycheck. They need races to go on in order to stay afloat. So I do applaud NASCAR for trying to get back racing, but I also want to be cautious and make sure that they don't jump the gun too early and just sort of jump into it without really knowing the full aspects of what's going on. Or let's say they jump into it and all of a sudden you get another outburst and now everything just blows up in their face. So hopefully everything stays safe. Hopefully all of you guys that are watching this video stay safe at home. Lights are flickering going on my screen on my room again. That means it's time to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching Inside the Lines. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, my name is 𝘼𝙗𝙙𝙖 from NASCAR on MDK, and I'll see you guys next time.